dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Get me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We have new Tyler inside the rise of Germany's Neo. I don't even want to say the other word, you know what I'm saying? So we got a new rise of it, huh?
I guess so.
It's looking like them times that that happened almost 100 years ago. What about 70 years ago? No, a little longer than that, right? Almost 100. Or am I wrong? World War II? About 80 years ago. I'm trying to do the math.
I'm trying to do the math.
Is this? I don't know. Hold on. Let me do it quick. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Because I do feel like we're going back in time. Do you?
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to do something in my head.
About 50. So 85 years ago.
No.
You suck at quick now. But
you did it on your phone.
I did not do it on my phone. I just looked up something, but no. But hey, it do feel like we're going back in time. There's no continual progression of anything. It seems like a lot of things that whether our grandparents or great grandparents went through, is starting to, that's the reason why if you don't study your history will repeat itself. You learn from the history, so you never go back to it. But it seems like a lot of ignorance is starting to display itself. A lot of grandparents are passing off that probably experienced some things, and it seems like they're trying to pass it down, But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
But hey, let's hop into it, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
The immigrants are in Germany to make Germany an Islamic state.
In 2023, foreigners made up 15% of Germany's population, but accounted for 41% of all violent crime suspects, with 75% of the victims being Germans. As Germany is the third largest host of refugees, hosting over 2.5 million refugees, with almost half of all Germans believing refugees are no longer welcome, placing their hopes and their votes in the nationalist, anti-immigrant, far-right AfD party, causing them to win a regional election in the state of Thuringia, and to make history as the first far-right political party to win in Germany since the Nazis in World War II.
Germany
they're f***ing fascists.
Fascists?
Yeah.
Nazi-Schweine! Nazi-Schweine! Nazi-Schweine!
It became a beast, and we're not really able to stop it anymore. And people just think about it, how it all went when fascist Germany rose. Yeah, and I'm afraid that it will happen again.
As many Germans believe their national identity is being destroyed, their generosity exploited, their culture degraded, and their country no longer safe as they mass import economic migrants and refugees into their country, other Germans are fearful they're witnessing the rise of the Fourth Reich, as AfD politicians were caught meeting with neo-Nazi activists discussing their master plan to deport millions of migrants from their country, causing mass protests across Germany, calling for a complete ban of what is now Germany's second strongest party, labeling them and their supporters neo-Nazis.
The AfD regularly rejects accusations of extremism, but the BBC has found clear links between significant party figures.
There's only one Islam, and this is what is dangerous for Europe, and it's not at all compatible to our values. Not at all.
I believe all religions are same, and there should be, brotherhood.
Before I go to a protest organized by Pegida, an organization opposed to mass migration and the Islamization of the West, with a counter-protest organized by Antifa right next door, what does the liberal city of Berlin think about the migrants in Germany and the rise of the so-called far right?
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Came here for work?
No, I'm a student.
Was it difficult to come to school here?
No, of course not.
Easy?
Yeah, so much.
Do you think Germany is letting too many immigrants in?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are your thoughts on the AFD party?
Oh, this is very bad for the foreign people. Very, very bad.
Tell me your thoughts on that.
This is really, you feel that they are very racist and they are so radical. For Germany, it's not good. And this is so bad image for Germany.
I'm from Thuringia, so...
Okay, so that's where they won the election.
Yeah, that's right.
Were you happy that day or unhappy?
No, nobody in my friend circle or family circle was happy about it. And the rise of the populist parties is a big problem, not even in Thuringia, but the whole of Europe, I would say.
Too many immigrants here?
Yeah.
Do you think you're a hypocrite for thinking that?
No, I don't think so.
Are you the exception?
No, I guess no.
I'm coming here from Tunisia for 30 years.
Which is true though. You can't say, oh yeah, there's an immigration policy problem when I am actively a part of the problem.
But I wonder, does he think that way because he's like, I'm here, but I'm like going to school and I'm actually like trying to
better myself,
but you have others that like come and they're like not trying to do,
Yeah.
So I wonder, is that maybe his thought process?
Because he's like, I'm trying to educate. I'm going to school for education, trying to be a positive. I'm trying to. I had the word in my head, then it went.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say, but yeah.
But a positive. I'm trying to contribute to society in a positive way, and not be a problem to the way of life that's already been here and has been established here for so many years. I'm not coming here trying to throw my personal beliefs and my way of life here, like, and that's one thing I am like conflicted with, because I'm like, all right, I do get it. Some people are fleeing from bad environments, you know what I'm saying? So I do get it. They need a new home. Yeah. And then, like, it's sus to say no, go back to where you come from. Because honestly, majority of us are not where we come from, A lot of us are, But even if you're gonna immigrate to somewhere or migrate to somewhere, however way you want to use it, and that's where you want to now establish your life, establish and grow your family and your legacy, adapt to the environment. Yeah. Like, you fled from one environment. Now, I know people be like, oh, so you telling me just forget where I come from? You are running from where you come from for a reason. Why
not necessarily forget where you come from. You don't have to forget where you come from, but also understand that you're going into a different environment, a different culture, so you can't force like your culture and beliefs on someone else, especially when but not saying forget where you come from. Don't forget where you come from, but also respect where you're going.
Good way to put it. But obviously we do see that not just in America that they're dealing with it. Like, and I do like that Tyler is traveling around the world and showing that, hey, it's not just an issue that's in America. There's an issue in the world right now with multiple countries.
Years, and Germany, it's changed now. Yes, they changed, so they don't like foreign people. But on the same time, they need work. This is a big problem for maybe the government, because they accepting a lot of refugee. But the refugee, why? Because they have no language. But if you say 2 years, you stay here and you get money and you don't work, this is a big lose for the country.
I think they are a little bit racist.
Why do you think the alt-right and the AFD is on the rise?
Migration. I think people Germans and so getting annoyed by migration.
It's a populist party. It's a party that just doesn't really have any politics or any real plans for Germany. That's my opinion, at least. Sure. And they use not only scapegoats, it's just what populism does, just quick answers to complex questions.
According to Google, 14% of the population right now in Germany is immigrant population or of immigrant background.
I think it's higher.
Higher? Let's call it 14 or higher. Yeah. And roughly 40% of the crimes are committed by that 14%. Why do you think that is? And is that a reason for concern?
Well, that still leaves 60% of crime on nationals, right? So it's absolutely, if just by numbers, it's more local people, let's call it that. I mean, of course, it's a cause of concern, but I don't think the cause of concern or the answer is shutting out immigrants.
They're a populist right-wing party that are trying to destroy our democracy.
Okay, tell me more.
Most importantly, I think they threaten to undermine the trust that people have in our democratic institutions, especially young people. I'm very concerned about that, especially with the recent studies done on like the Shell-Jugendstudie and stuff, where we see already the very negative effects that populism has had on their outlook on democracy and the future.
Do you think Germany has an obligation to bring in refugees?
I think Germany has an obligation as any Western rich country.
What are your thoughts on immigration here in Germany?
I think it's less of a problem than we make it look sometimes. I think there are great opportunities in immigration, but I also think that we need to be careful in how we approach it because the topic is already so partially poisoned in public discourse.
Do you think immigrants have an obligation to build and uplift their own community rather than leaving and fleeing to countries like Germany, let's say?
That's an obligation for politics and politicians. Politics, of course, that's also something that I think nowadays it's been forgotten. Politics, they come from the people.
Where are you from?
I'm from Iran.
How do you like Germany?
I love it. I love Berlin, not the whole Germany.
Where have you been treated differently here in Germany?
In Rostock.
What was the experience?
They were like, "You're not welcome here. You're not one of us. Like, what are you doing here?" And then it made me go crazy because I found myself being aggressive like around people, and I was like, "Hey, it's not me," but yeah, it changed me.
And does Muslim culture integrate well into Germany from what you've seen?
No. It's important to say it's because of German country.
German's fault?
It's not a thing of fault, but it's I think it's one of those things.
Does Germany have an obligation to change and modify themselves to accommodate them, or vice versa?
I would say neither. I think cultures, and we can see, for example, in the UK. The UK is a way more integrated or diverse culture.
I hear many people call them racist, and they're undermining democracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I hate when people do utilize that as, hey, like the UK, but it's two different countries. Like if you look at it like that, then go to the UK. You know, you get what I'm saying?
No, but you're entitled to your opinion. But
my thing is, you can't have a viewpoint.
He just used it as an example, but
he did use it as an example. He said like the UK, that's an example.
That's right.
But what you was trying to say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, say it.
Nothing. I wasn't about to say nothing.
You was. I know.
No, I'm processing my thoughts, but no.
But what I'm saying is, like, Germany has a culture. Germany, and I think that's where a lot of people are gonna agree and disagree. You know what I'm saying? Especially with, I'll say this: I don't know the background. I don't know the laws. I don't know the government when it comes down to Germany. And that's the way, like, here in America, I know a lot about the government. I don't know everything, but I do know enough to understand the reason why certain things happen, reason why some things don't happen. And do I feel like there should be changes implemented? Yeah. But those things are not rarely ever spoke upon as far as changes that should go about, especially with dealing with immigration. But should you close down the borders and not accept anyone? No. But should there be a whole way different process for everyone? Yeah. I don't think anyone should just be able to freely walk into your country and claim citizenship and start, you know what I'm saying? No matter what country it is, and then and refuse to adapt to the rules, policies, and structure that has already been implemented.
I agree with that part, yeah. I agree with that bit. But yeah.
But what part don't you agree with?
Just the first part you said, which I can't remember, but yeah. I can't remember what you said, but I just know I didn't agree with it.
Oh, I'm saying, like, because he referenced
and I just said that he was giving it as an example, but I wouldn't shut down his whole argument.
Oh, because I said, well, he should.
If that was the case, then I'm not going to shut down someone's whole argument. Like, I understood what he meant, and he was just giving it as an example. But
No, say.
Just for me, a lot of times it's just everything that, just on the outside looking in or just sitting back and observing, even like here, like a lot of things are just a lack of willing to understand, willing to come together, and a lack of respect. But
I just my biggest thing is it should just be more structure and organization with it. And without that, I think that's when the people kind of get frustrated.
But I think it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but that's when I said it's never something like right now. There's an election going on and stuff like that. We're complaining about it, but nobody's really saying, "Hey, we want to implement kind of rules and structure." It's just we want to get rid of them. We want to do this. We want to, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like you said, like a lot of people have said, immigration is low key is good for jobs, especially lower paying jobs, because most people who are established citizens that's been here for generations, they all complain about doing the low paying jobs. You know what I mean? Even here in America, a lot of people, I don't want to work for just minimum wage. Like if minimum wage goes up, yeah, cost of living goes up, and I know people like cost of living been going up minimum wage. But say for instance, minimum wage goes up to $15 here in America. The average minimum wage, just the minimum, it's still $7.25. If it goes up to $15 an hour, the people that's making $15 an hour would say, "Hey, I need to be making way more because my pay need to double now."
Yeah.
So if your pay doubles, everybody, it's a trickle effect. Everybody needs to be boosted up, and cost of living will skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? We already complain about inflation right now. Cost of living would almost double, and we already struggling right now. So, but I do know the argument, you know what I'm saying, and I do understand. Hey, cost of living continues to rise while minimum wage hasn't gone up, but that's not minimum wage everywhere. Some people like California, their minimum wage is different than here in Tennessee. So.
Diverse culture.
I hear many people call them racist and they're undermining democracy.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so too, yeah.
Why do you think they're gaining popularity right now?
Because they provide easy solutions for difficult problems, but the solutions are not really that simple.
You see, in Germany we don't have so big problems. We are a rich country with many people, but for me, we come from South Germany. The world is okay.
Life is good.
The life is good, yeah.
At the end of the day, you go touch grass, smell the flowers. Life is good. Germany, I see no fentanyl addicts, no trash cans on fire. The city is peaceful. Let's be honest.
I have heard Germany is a nice country. I've seen people I went to school with. Majority of people that I do know have gone to Germany or lived in Germany for a while. Were people in the military who served in the military. They've been, but I was able to meet and interact with somebody from Germany. We had a foreign exchange student at one point, and I just was like, German people are cool. They nice.
I went to school with a guy, but the first school I went to.
For real? He from Germany? And how was the interaction?
He was cool. Like
they were nice.
Yeah, it was a.
I think they're a little bit more cautious because they don't know what to expect here in America.
I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure they probably will remember his name, but
okay.
He was a mixed dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember his his story. I'm trying to because he used to talk all the time. So he was like, he was a man, I miss home.
Yeah.
He was a man, I miss home. This is so different. This is such a culture shock. I was like, yeah, I bet it is. But yeah, he was cool though.
It's not a fraction of the problems I've seen in major U.S. cities here in Germany, but anything's possible. Before I go to Dresden, I headed to Erfurt in the state of Thuringia, where the AfD won the state's elections after receiving 30.5% of the vote. Why are people in the state so supportive of the AfD? And are their feelings towards mass immigration much different than the more liberal international city of Berlin we just talked to? What does the public think here on the city? Let's go talk. Excuse me. Do you know about the AfD? Good or bad?
Bad.
Bad?
Yeah, he's against all the refugees.
Okay. Why did you guys come here to Germany?
We came here to live with all people, to look for safety and to have good life. But AfD is against all of this.
Okay. What did you guys flee? The war?
I came because of the war in my country.
You guys have family here too?
No, they are trying to come also. Okay. Yeah. Now what will happen for all the refugees will happen to us.
Okay. You're concerned about getting deported back home?
I don't know, maybe.
All right. Thank you for the sticker. Goodbye. Well, he gives us a sticker. Protect trans kids. And fight fascism?
I don't really want to get into that
Sure.
because it's a very complex discussion, and I think there are many factors playing into it. But I think it's not the AfD is not the solution at all.
Sure.
It is anti-democratic.
Oh, where are you guys from?
India.
India. Morocco.
India? Okay. How long have you guys been here in Germany?
2 months.
1 year. 1 year.
1 year. Why did you guys come here to Germany?
Actually, I'm doing an Ausbildung in here in Germany.
Better future. I want to earn money. I want to take a new experience over here.
I'm here in Germany for my Ausbildung, and I'm here for making my future better.
What are your thoughts on their anti-immigrant sentiment?
We need them. My generation is not enough to fill all the work we can offer. So our population shrinks, and we will not be able to fill in a sufficient workforce.
What are your thoughts on AfD? Okay, you're smiling. Any thoughts?
I don't have any interest in this. I just live my life. I see like everything is normal here. Everything is convenience. Everyone are doing what they like, and I'm also enjoying it.
How would you rate Germany on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you guys happy here? Give me a number.
8.
How would you rate India?
According to Germany,
Compared to Germany.
Compared to Germany, actually, I would rate it like 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Statistics would say that 40% of the crime is being perpetrated by those of immigrant background. Is that a concerning problem to you, or is that overblown?
I think it's a problem with the segregation at hand. If I would have to flee my country out of actual fear of being and then put into basically camps and would not be allowed to work,
Sure.
Perhaps I would also search for work, but not so much on the legal side of things. Yeah,
But sexual assault, for instance, wouldn't fall under that category, right?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Do you think things like that are a cultural difference, or no? Or just bad apples exist in every bunch, things happen?
Some things are cultural, but I wouldn't say that, we should not put everyone, which we are doing right now politically,
Sure.
everyone into the same cup.
I'll also give 8.5 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I'm doing what I like. Anything I'm doing, if I want it, I'm doing it. No one is here to stop me until and unless I'm not doing anything wrong.
What about the motherland?
It's always my love. It will be always more than 10.
Then why are you not in India? It's a 10 and this is an 8.5. I can't believe you now.
Now, the thing is, like, main problem in India is population. We don't have too much of employment there. Yeah, too much of employment. We cannot earn that much money that we earn here. I'll have sufficient money with me, then I'll go back to India, do something on my own. I won't be living up far away from my family. Yeah, family is more important than money, I know. But I'm giving this time to myself to earn money. Then later on, I'll see what I can do.
You're going to leave as well at some point, or would you stay here permanently?
I plan to stay here for a long time, aber yeah.
Ja, ich wähle auch die AfD, weil ich habe nichts gegen Ausländer, Gottes Willen. Aber wenn der eigene Deutsche so ausgenutzt wird, ja.
Okay.
Und das ist eben das, ja, da muss ich ein bisschen was dran ändern jetzt hier, weil wir müssen doch an uns denken.
Weil auf jeden Fall, ich mache meine Sache, ich mache meine Aufgabe. Wir alle Deutsche hier, wir sind gleich, alle Männer sind gleich über alle. Es gibt keinen Unterschied, als du bist Deutscher oder nicht. Probleme ist hier, muss man wirklich richtig lernen. Erstmal die Sprache, damit man in dieses Land integrieren kann, weißt du. Muss man das machen. Ich auch, ich habe die gleiche Idee, was hat mein Kollege gesagt jetzt. Für mich, Marokko ist mein Land. Ich lebe Marokko wirklich. Ich habe viel gelernt in Marokko. Die Nummer, ich gebe Deutschland 3.
Do you think many refugees coming here are actually just economic migrants using the term refugee to come here? And
Sometimes, but yeah, for me it's not the highest part.
Deutschland versus India.
I would love to stay here, but my motherland is India, as you also already
I see.
know.
So you'll come here, make some money, and then go home?
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much a nation which lies on its workforce. So if that's shrinking, sure, we will lose financially, and we will fall back in the international race.
The question is, at what cost?
Well,
how much is a dollar worth, right?
Yes, and
what will be the social consequences of mass immigration to a country? These very questions are what troubles the AfD, as the foreigners that make up 15% of Germany's population account for 41% of violent crime in 2023, although some believe acknowledging these statistics is a gateway to racism and xenophobia. I headed to Dresden's town square, formerly named after Adolf Hitler during World War II, to talk to protesters on both sides of this debate. So, this is the song that the alt-right has made their mantra. Excuse me, can I interview you? Interview? Deutsch? What are your thoughts on Pegida?
Pegida, genau. Ich gehe zu Pegida.
What are your thoughts on Muslim immigrants in Germany?
Oh, no.
Why?
Nix, also Islam habe ich nichts am Hut. Das wird mir zu hart, das wird mir zu kriminell. Braucht man nicht. Braucht eigentlich keiner. Wir sind christlich geprägt und so soll es bleiben.
Okay.
Wir wollen unsere Kultur behalten und nie anders.
Okay, danke. Thank you.
Bin ich dagegen. Deutschland in Deutsch.
What are your thoughts on the movement and the idea?
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
We have to have more peace in the world. I don't like the wars. You have the same problem like in Holland.
Yeah.
And like France. There are too many.
I believe all religions are same and there should be, brotherhood
Okay.
in all of them.
Union and peace?
Yeah.
Good, bad, neutral? What do you think?
I think it's so they are against Muslim, etc.
Against the Islamicization of Germany.
Of course, I'm against because I'm an Erasmus student. I'm an exchange student, and I come from France.
Okay.
And in France, there is also a rise of the right extremists.
The alt-right.
Yeah, the far right.
And now we are getting back to fighting each other.
Damn, that's an issue with the far right in every country.
And that's like you said, it's issues everywhere.
It continue to grow and grow and grow, especially in the Western world. You know what I'm saying? Like America, the UK, because even though he hasn't touched, he has did a video about the UK, but we didn't do it. Remember I told you? It was a while ago. But we haven't reacted to it or anything. But like they always reference France, Italy. Now we in Germany. We seen Poland. I don't know. I can see and I understand both sides' viewpoint.
Yeah, I always understand both sides. And like the girl said earlier, honestly, sometimes that's why I always say certain subjects are kind of like a little
touchy.
I guess you could say touchy, or like she said, complex. Like a lot of subjects are so complex, and that's why sometimes I don't like speaking on things that I fully like haven't grasped or even have a solution or whatever the case may be. And like I'm like, I can see it from this side, I can see it from that side, whether you agree or disagree or whatever the case may be. The subject is still very complex, so it's kind of like hard to speak on certain things, but. And a lot of people will be biased when speaking on it, and I try not to be that way.
Yeah, because like when it comes down to from our recent understanding of what's going on, some things that recently was going on in the UK, we don't know. I don't know if it's still going on, but I have heard about it going on in the UK with kind of the extremists going on there, and hearing the background, the back study of how they had such an influx of immigration going on there, where they had people from India, Jamaica, Africa, those countries come to the UK because of population growth. They needed more population growth and needed a boost in the economy. And my thing is, you can't say, hey, we need you, but then now we don't need you and y'all need to leave.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. And it seems like it's kind of the same thing that's going on here in Germany. You're like, hey, we need it, but once we're done with it, we need y'all to go. And to me, that's fucked up. You can't just tell these people come here, establish here, live here, we accept y'all, and then because if y'all do have an issue with the population, it do have an issue with the economy and the jobs availability. As far as people being able to fill these jobs, then what do you do about that? You know? You have to allow immigration. Maybe somebody should just come up with a better solution than just thinking about, I just want to keep my because it's kind of what happened with Hitler. You know, from my understanding. But I never even dug too deep into that because,
Also, it's due to religious reasons, and that's just stupid. Has quite a bit of refugees, and
a lot.
Yeah, a lot, and I'm proud of refugees coming to Germany.
You think this is a form of neo-Nazism?
Not yet, but quite close.
Okay. Can I interview you? Okay.
I like your videos.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're talking about Pegida?
Exactly.
And that's the thing, like, kind of how here, in America, it looks very much so what our grandparents and great grandparents went through from us being able to communicate with, you know what I'm saying, with the hooded people. Mm-hmm. It looks very much so because you have so many of these people now wanting to wear masks and protest and do certain things. It gives a reflection of things that happened in America's past. Yeah. And it looks, like I said, obviously we're not learning from the history of the past to do better. It's like we're trying to recreate the past. Yeah. And now people are hopping out random times with masks, hoods on, in disguise, and you don't know who these people are. Yeah. Doing all this
stuff.
So, like, you got to think about it. During the civil rights movement, if something that happened like that, like with the Million Man March with Martin Luther King, if they had stormed the Capitol during the Million Man March, what would have happened then, opposed to January 6th? Yeah, that's a moment we'll never forget. Yeah, because literally the government allowed something to happen that if it ever had happened in the past would not. You know how many casualties would have happened? Mm-hmm. How many people would have lost their lives? Yeah. Like, and that's the reason why I'm like, it seems as though history is trying to force itself to repeat itself. Like, I don't want to go too deep, but
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I like your videos.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're talking about Pegida?
Exactly.
I think that's it's good because my point of view is, especially here in Germany, that we have a big problem with migration. I mean, Germany has taken the most of these people. I think since 2015, around 3 million. That's a good question. I mean, that's maybe a historical issue because, the past of Germany was not very happy.
To exploit cheap labor for their own gain? Is it out of kindness? What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Does it benefit German society?
For the kindness, it's a benefit. But the negative points are bigger than the benefits that we have now today. In the past months, we had a lot of kills from Syrian or Afghanistan people, from immigrants that we give shelter.
There should not be any fight between the religions. People are here for roaming. That should not affect them.
The immigrants are in Germany to make Germany an Islamic state. Muslims come from all over the world and say, this is now our land. Okay. And it cannot be. Muslims should go away.
I see.
Now Syria says, there is no more war. The people from all over should come back to Syria.
Tell me what they believe in and why they are fascists in your opinion.
They want to get rid of immigrants, of people that fled war, that fled shitty situations without any real reason besides being extremist.
I see. Many of them have told me the war is over in Syria, now it's time to go back home. Do you agree with that idea, or is that too harsh?
I mean, think about the US with the melting pot thing, and and it's the same. We should be more welcoming, and that's not the way to do it, just getting rid of them. It became a beast, and we're not really able to stop it anymore, and people think that it's okay, but just think about it, how it all went when fascist Germany rose. And I'm afraid that it will happen again. Yeah.
Do you think Islam is compatible with German values and German culture?
I mean, it's monotheist, so they believe in one God like we do, and it's a welcoming religion in my opinion, so I don't see anything wrong with it's comparable in my opinion.
But after hearing,
let me ask you this: you think it's out of fear?
What?
With the acceptance of immigrants, is it because it looks like it's not necessarily that they are afraid of like the idea of immigrants is the fear of the religion that comes with it.
Yeah, because I keep and I was like, oh, so is it more so a religion problem or
the people,
or is it like the people like and that's why I said it's so complex and I'm so I get so confused on certain things and it just gets deeper and deeper.
Because this the third one because we had Poland, Switzerland. That's the one we just recently did, Switzerland. And each time the religion has, and it's always the Islamic belief. And so my thing is, are we living in fear of the Islamic religion and the viewpoint that we get from the Middle East with the Islamic faith, or is it the people? Are we,
Yeah, is it the people? Are you concerned because of the crime? What is it? And that's really not a question for me.
Yeah.
I know you asked me the question, but that's not a question for me.
I'm just saying, is it something that's standing out?
And it could be. It could be that. It could be the other things I named. Because more than one thing could be true at the same time. So it could be a plethora of things. But which one is the greater issue? Which one is the greater issue?
I will say there's extremists in every religion. There's extremists in the Muslim community. There's extremists in the Christianity community. I think all religion has its own problems.
Yeah.
Because we've clearly seen it. In American history, the burning of the cross is very weird. And some of those still be people that will go up and preach in the pulpits. True. You gotta call it out. You gotta call the history out.
Yeah.
Because if not, we're just gonna be dumbfounded by it. But it's the truth. And maybe somebody will point that out.
So I don't see anything wrong with it's comparable in my opinion.
But after hearing the public's perspective of Pegida, I met up with the controversial founder himself, Lutz Bachmann.
Tell me about your role in Pegida, who you are, backstory.
I've been basically the founder of Pegida. I'm one of two founders. We founded 10 years ago. On the day, 10 years ago, on this day, 20th of October 2014, we had our first rally here in Dresden.
Okay.
It's this kind of demonstration is going to be the last one.
What does Pegida mean? What is the reason for the movement here?
It actually all started over, as the name already tells you, Pegida means Patriotic Europeans Against Islamization of the West. We are fighting 10 years now against Islamization, which is taking over all over Europe. But in the meantime, in these 10 years, there came more themes and more themes. We are now fighting against these crazy genderism, and as well, we're fighting for the freedom of speech and stuff like that.
What concerns you about Islam?
You just need to look in the world. I think Islam is like mid-age ideology. You see, there's no space between government and Quran.
I see.
So Sharia law.
Separation of religion and state?
Segregation.
Okay.
And the problem is, it's not just these maybe 10,000 crazy Islamists they are running around in the world. The problem is, if they behead somebody, the normal Muslim is standing and watching it because he can't do anything because his book, the Quran, tells him it's right, like behead all the unbelievers and stuff like that. So they're actually not allowed to fight themselves against the crazy ones. UK, I always say it's 10 years in front of us.
Okay.
You see what's happening there. Churches becoming mosques and stuff like that. In every government, they already have their people in the right positions and they obviously take over. You see it all over Europe. And this is what we were fighting from the beginning. We wanted to stop that.
Do you think Islam and Western values are compatible?
Not at all. This is what I think. There's even the head of the Muslim Council in Germany. It's called Ayman Maziak, this guy. This is basically the highest Muslim in Germany.
Okay.
Himself, he says there's only one Islam. There's not like the press and the media telling us there's a moderate Islam and there's one really Islamist. And even the head says, no, there's only one Islam. And this is what is dangerous for Europe. And it's not at all compatible to our values. Not at all.
Okay.
So there's a German politician who has been saying in the 60s or 70s, he says, you don't save Calcutta. If you bring whole Calcutta to your country, then your country becomes Calcutta.
I see.
You
know, you think their culture will replace German culture?
Exactly. They call it integration, but integration for me is a big lie. Because integration, when you see the word, means that you integrate somebody and he brings a bit of his to your culture. I prefer what we call assimilation. When they come here, they need to assimilate to our culture. Then they are welcome. I don't mind people from Syria, from Afghanistan or wherever. I don't care at all about skin colors. You can't do anything about it. You've been born white or yellow or black or whatever. But they have to assimilate to our culture, to our values, and to everything.
And what are your thoughts to some of these counter-protesters who may say you're like racist, neo-Nazi, xenophobic, those sorts of things?
I always ask them, give me one proof that I'm racist. I've even got my best man for my wedding is a Turkish guy. He's Muslim. I've got so many friends, black friends from everywhere.
Okay, secret question. Was the photo of you as Hitler doctored? Is that Photoshop?
Yeah, it was Photoshop.
Straight up Photoshop?
Even the press brought, maybe 2 months after, one of these journalists, he actually had to prove in court, and he lost the case. And there was the picture is real, but the beard was Photoshopped from them.
And at this current rate, what will Europe look like in 50 years, in your opinion?
God, no, I wish I had like a glass ball to look in the future. I wish, but I think things will change. There will be like the mainstream would call it a right-wing revolution. I call it the normal people will take over again.
Any conflict we should predict or what?
Just enjoy it. Okay. Just enjoy the show.
Okay, amazing. Thanks for your time.
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
If you want to support our boots on the ground independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, and uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month. Back to the protests.
Hiermit die 250. Pegida-Kundgebung in eigener Sache. Jeder achtet auf den Nachbarn, verdächtige Personen und mit der Polizei oder unseren Ordnern melden. Das musste man alles lesen, nachdem Lutz das Video rausgekommen hat. Pegida löst sich auf. Wir sind zerstritten. Freunde, nichts davon ist wahr. Es sind Lügen aus der gleichnamigen Presse.
Lügenpresse! 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 Lügenpresse!
Jetzt hier geht's ja gleich drüben bei Pegida los. Wer heute vielleicht zum ersten Mal da ist, weiß noch nicht, was kommt. Es ist meistens rassistisch, eigentlich immer. Es ist ganz oft antisemitisch. Es ist gegen alle Menschen, die den Leuten da drüben nicht ins Bild passen. Es ist einfach nur zum Schämen.
Noch viel lauter sein müssen. Menschen, die hierher kommen, haben es verdient, dass wir sie integrieren und nicht, dass wir sie pauschal an die Grenzen.
Boy, that language is so fast. I'm trying to read, but
Are you not being able to catch up?
I'm catching it.
I mean, I catch up, but
I'm catching it, but I'm saying they read like they speak so fast. Is all I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm like, I ain't know like.
Oh, but before you press play, did that kind of answer your question with the
to a point, yeah.
Because he kind of Tyler kind of asked him. He was like, "Are you afraid that He said, "Yeah," kind of in a sense. Yeah, it was quick, but yeah.
He addressed it all.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I was like, it's a question for.
But what I'm saying is, not only like technically they are protesting the same thing that's going on literally here in our
everywhere.
Neck of the woods.
Yes,
like that is, and I think a lot of Americans get so caught up on America and not like seeing that like y'all ain't the only ones who dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a world issue. And now, do I feel like people do like? Some people are literally escaping because it's a life or death situation. And I do feel for those people, you know what I'm saying? And those people are literally fleeing because it's their... Now, do I feel like necessarily if they didn't have to flee, would they leave? No. I think some of them would love to be in their home country. Mm-hmm. Now, some will want to leave for better opportunities and whatever they might deem it to be. But I don't think every refugee wants to leave, though. I think some realize that they have to leave, so they're leaving for a purpose. And I even though I said what I said earlier, I do understand, like, hey, like, because it's one of those things, like, I do feel like there should still be a process implemented. You know what I'm saying? I do think there's, like, every country should still have control of, like, who comes and goes into their country, because if that was the case, anybody can be able to flow anywhere, and you never know what might go down. Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah, I do.
I don't know, man. It's one of those things that I'm not in politics. I don't have the answer.
Ja.
So.
Abweisen oder ihnen nur noch Butterbrot und Seife zur Verfügung stellen.
Also, Fake News, Pegida wird es weitergeben, aber Wir machen ein neues Projekt. So, und damit die erste hier auf der Bühne, Angelika Barbe.
Herzlichen Dank und ich danke allen, die hierher gekommen sind. Wir versammeln uns hier heute, weil wir alle zum Grundgesetz stehen und weil sie das Grundgesetz aushebeln. Das akzeptiere ich nicht. Wer sich zu Pegida bekannte, wurde ausgepfiffen, wurde ausgegrenzt. Dessen Existenz wurde in Frage gestellt. Denken wir nur an Sigmar Gabriel, SPD, der Pegida als Pack bezeichnet hat. Oder Özdemir, der uns als Mischpoker bezeichnet hat. Oder jetzt habe ich gerade gelesen, das wusste ich gar nicht, er hat sogar im Bayerischen Rundfunk gesagt, das sind Nazi-Schweine, denen das Demokratieverständnis fehlt.
Ich danke euch wirklich sehr, dass ihr heute hier seid. Macht nochmal richtig laut. Da hinten kommt auch gerade die Zubringer-Demo. Die werden wir gleich richtig laut begrüßen. Und dann zeigen wir heute noch ein allerletztes...
You know what it also looks like? It looks like it's a separation as well. It's still, even here in America, the older crowd, the younger crowd. Mm-hmm. It's like a conflict of the old generation of running things a certain way, and this new generation who are coming of age of understanding politics and understanding government, and understanding democracy and economics, and it's a clash of the two.
Right.
And that's what it looks like right now.
That is what it looks like. And you have to, sometimes, I'll be like, with a lot of people, like, certain people are stuck in their ways. Like, they don't want to, like...
Oh, yes. Older people, yes.
Yeah, they don't want to, like, see change. Or they don't like change. A lot of people don't like change. Yeah. They don't want to see it from your point of view. Whatever you got to say or whatever you got going on. This new age of running things or how things operate is, just they can't get down with it. And
some pass it on to the younger generation.
Some do. And I'm like, I guess I'm gonna always go back to like the like respecting, because it's a lot, the younger generation don't want to respect the elders and how
the elders
how
don't
they
have no respect for the younger generation being grown and adults
and wanting
now.
To like
we the ones like y'all almost gone. We the ones gotta really, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all pushing, y'all like.
But and that's my thing, and I always try to see like from both sides. I get it on the older generation. I get it on the younger generation. Like I get it. Like I really do get it. And I think it's like a point where you kind of have to like kind of come together to reach a common goal. But I don't know.
Too much separation.
Who am I? Yeah.
It's it's literally too much separation between the two right now, and no one's trying to hear each other out. Because older people be like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm right. Y'all always want to be right. I'm like, no, y'all.
But I will also say for us and in America, it's deeper than just that though, than just the old and the young though. But
yeah. But I'm just saying
from this, it does look like the older crowd here and the younger crowd there.
Yeah, that's what it looks as though.
And the reason why I said that because you just said something. I can't remember what you said, but that's why I said what I said. But anyway,
no,
sorry.
You good.
Gerade die Zubringer-Demo, die werden wir gleich richtig laut begrüßen und dann zeigen wir heute noch ein allerletztes Mal, Pegida ist over, Bachmann go home.
Das haben dann die Medien weiter zerstört. Sie haben ein Ossi-Bild geliefert als Spalter, als abgehängte dumme Leute, die hier demonstrieren. Und später dann als rechte Nazis. Und wir erinnern uns an die DDR. Da hieß es auch, wer nicht für uns ist gegen uns. Und wer gegen uns ist, ist gegen den Weltfrieden. Jetzt müssen wir schon für den Weltkrieg sein. Das wollen wir aber nicht.
Ich möchte heute, ihr habt alle mitbekommen vom Gericht, das Panzertöten über den Mund geklebt wurde. Ich also unter Bewährung schwere 17 Monate Haft stehen im Raum dafür, dass ich gar nichts gemacht habe, außer einen Kanal zur Verfügung gestellt, soll ich haben, wo die Wahrheit gesprochen wurde.
Aber jetzt ist erstmal Zeit für die Gegendemo da hinten. Klatscht doch mal richtig und macht mal richtig laut. Die kommen gerade mit richtig vielen Leuten da hinten reingefahren.
While Lutz's extensive criminal background prior to his role as an activist has caused the mainstream media to attempt to invalidate the message and concerns of his that have resonated with tens of thousands of protesters across Germany since 2015, Lutz's ideas have now entered the mainstream political conversation as the AfD continues to grow in power. Today, however, is officially Pegida's final rally, and Antifa was there to counter-protest.
Alerta! Antifascista! Alerta! Alerta! Antifascista!
We're here, we got the Pegida protest, and we got the protest of the Pegida protest. Both sides are pissed off, but the question is why?
Pegida! Liebe Freunde, Pegida war immer Freiheit und Tradition irgendetwas bedeuten. Und wir wären doch erstickt in diesen Jahren, hätte Pegida nicht das Fenster aufgestoßen, hätte Pegida das Fenster nicht weit aufgestoßen.
Wenn ihr es einseht, bitte, unsere Stärke, unsere Ruhe, die Kraft, die wir ausstrahlen. Und kein Gehacke, kein Getrommel, kein Geschreie. Danke. Dann könnt ihr eine andere Demo machen, bitte. Aber aus Respekt unserer Arbeit gegenüber bitte ich euch darum, diesen Mist heute zu lassen. Danke.
We keep getting asked if we're left wing or right wing. People are very quick to throw us in a partisan bucket here. What are your thoughts on Pegida?
They're fascists.
Fascists?
Yeah.
Are they Nazis?
Totally, yes.
Okay. What are the main problems you have with Pegida?
Actually, you can hear it all in just their name. They're like patriotic European people against Muslims.
Okay.
So yeah, and all their banners and flags also show their opinion, like the Reichsflagge, which was used by the Kaiserreich and by the Nazis.
What if they said like, yo, we just want the borders to be safe and less immigrants? Is that cool or no?
That's not cool. No, they are coming from places where there's war or bad economy, so you can't live there, and everybody has the right to have a peaceful life.
I think it's important for society that they support basic human rights, that everyone can live on this planet, but they say things about people that's not okay. If people need to go from their home place, it's never pretty, and if there's war, they should have the right to seek some place where they're safe.
Some of them have said that they're economic migrants and the war is over and they should go back. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that. When they're integrated in this society, they have worked, they've started a family here, I think they should have the right to stay in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
And what is the group you guys represent on this side of the barriers here?
We present Antifa, anti-fascists. We are against them, and we fight for human rights, basic human rights.
Well, they're racist, they're almost fascist, they endorse fascist parties. We already had this in Germany and we don't really want that again. It really didn't work out for us. Like, this was completely destroyed.
I see.
And we kinda don't want it here again.
So you see parallels between this and Nazi Germany?
Yeah, definitely. Like, they are, of course, anti-Semitic, extremists. It all started kinda small, but I sadly don't think you can call that small anymore.
How many people?
As our counter says, it's 3,200 sort of.
Are you proud?
I'm happy, yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy with this, and I think it's going to be a good finish today. And for the new projects, it's already a good start.
What are your thoughts on Muslim immigrants that have come here to Germany?
With Muslims, my personal opinion, all is a question of quantity.
Okay.
Personally, I know I have Muslim friends, no problem.
Sure.
But it's a different culture, it's a different aspect of life, and especially with Islamization, it's in the quantity, it's becoming a real big problem. Look, I'm German. It used to be that you were German because your ancestors are German,
Sure.
right? So I was born in Belgium, and already 40 years ago, you could see the transformation of Brussels because of people from Morocco and Algeria, and you can see the transformation, and it's a different style of life.
Okay.
And so that for me was clear, and then that in Germany also it happened, especially after 2015, when Merkel didn't close the borders.
They convey national and fascistic thoughts, want to split Germany into like ethnic Germans.
I see. They want an ethno state?
Yeah, more or less. They're against Islamization, so it's also about religion, but it's mostly about skin color and heritage.
Is nationalism a bad thing?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
She said,
What it sounds like he's saying is they're using the religion to hide the racism.
Yeah.
And
that's why earlier when the guy was talking and he was just like, talking about the religion, I'm like, it can't just be that and that alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it can't be. Like, and I understand, like, he did answer and say that, he feel like, it is a problem with them possibly taking over, and he doesn't want that to happen.
He said because they think they come in, they establish culture, and they like, this is our land.
So I heard him basically state that, but I'm like, okay, got it, heard you, whatever. But what else is there? Like, I just don't believe that it's just religion, But then you say you're not. He was like, I'm not racist. I mean,
a racist gonna say they're not racist. Some stand on it though. Some be like, yeah, I don't like them. Some don't care.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But those who have to be out in public always hide.
Yeah, and he just said like, I'm not. So I'm like,
not
okay.
putting it on him. Just hold on, not putting it on him at all.
No. I'm not either. I'm saying he said that he's not. So I'm like, okay, well, if that's not the case, then, and if it's just the religion part, it still just doesn't make sense. And I understand that some people do be scared of the quantity because numbers
are a threat.
Yes, numbers are a threat to some. So that's deep, child.
Skin color and heritage.
Is nationalism a bad thing?
I would say yes.
Yeah. She said, if I had closed the border, because all the Secret Service and all the police, state police and so said, yes, we can close the border. She didn't want to have the bad pictures. Soldiers and police at the border with guns pointing at immigrants and saying, you don't come in. I would say in the USA, all over the place, New York Times, would have been, there comes again the Nazis.
Why do you think that is? Why have you guys been labeled fascists, neo-Nazis, that sort of thing?
Well, the short version is, this is the most easiest way to blame someone, a group of people, political party.
Okay.
It's, you're Nazi, you're out.
Sure. Do you think that German people are trying to compensate for their ancestors and being a Nazi and that sort of thing?
That is the core issue.
We should think of ourselves not just as Germans, we should think as Europeans.
Okay,
or as well, yeah, especially with modern problems like climate change, we should think bigger than just national states.
The doses makes the poison. It's a question of quantity. As it's done right now, it doesn't work. If it's coming more and more majoritarian, you would have conflicts.
Immigration itself is a good thing. I would say, it gives a lot of opportunities to Germany, for example, a lot of different viewpoints, of people, and this is a good thing, and Germans need that.
Are they integrating the immigrants and refugees that are coming here well right now?
Not very well, I would say.
As unmitigated mass migration, open borders, intrinsic religious differences, cultural differences, and the formation of a global monoculture seems to be at odds with cultures and national identities across Europe formed by distinct groups of people with shared histories spanning sometimes thousands of years. We must eventually wonder why humanity formed borders in the first place and what the cost of destroying them may be. What do you think?
I like the end part. I don't know, man. It's gonna be something I think we're gonna deal with for years and years and years and years to come.
Sadly, yeah.
Honestly, it's gonna be something we're gonna deal with to the end of time. I see no change ever. We've been protesting and preaching for change for how long? For hundreds and hundreds of years.
That is so sad, but yeah.
So I don't see a change ever coming. And the only time a change might or something is the world's about to end. And it's like, oh, let's come together now. It's like, all right, it's too late. Because also, I don't think people won't change in this matter of this type of, unless it's financial beneficial. If there's no benefit from it, I don't think people see the need.
Yeah.
And so they're more willing to be okay with it not. That's just my personal opinion, man. I don't know.
Yeah, same.
Time and time again. But I say this, but I do like the fact that we're shedding light that it's not just something here happening in our backyard, but it's stuff it's something going on globally. And it's just always seems to be stemmed around, unfortunately, the Islamic belief. But y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Coast.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar.